costs more, creating an estate plan or failing to? I'm attorney Crystal Patton of Empowered Legacy Planning, an estate planning, estate administration, and business law firm located in Tempe, Arizona. Before we get started today, a quick disclaimer. The information shared in this video is general in nature and not intended to be legal advice. Today, we're going to talk about the costs of estate planning. There are really three overall factors in the cost of estate planning. One, the cost of the document creation itself. Two, the cost of maintaining the plan. And three, the cost of administration. Let's start by talking about the upfront costs of document creation. We hear from a lot of people that our estate is simple. It's very easy. I don't have a lot of money. My family gets along. It's not a problem. Very simple estate. But as we begin the process of counseling and education, the client becomes greatly aware that there is so much more to estate planning than they thought. So much planning is done on a cookie cutter basis. People will fill out a form, whether it be online, with a paralegal, or with an attorney who really dabbles in estate planning, without getting a lot of information about the options that are truly available to them. In our office, we look at it from a counseling perspective, on an individual basis. What is important to this particular client and family? Estate planning is an investment. People are willing to put money into new TVs and new cars and new material things that are only going to last for a certain amount of time. Yet people are hesitant to make the investment in their own legacy and that of their loved ones. The second cost, again, is the cost of maintaining a plan once it's in place. You cannot expect your plan to sprout arms and legs and solve all the problems for you when something happens if you have not taken the time to maintain your plan after it's created. On average, we see people waiting 18 to 20 years between plans. They might start with a will-based plan where they've named guardians for their children, and they don't think about their plan again until retirement time. Lots of things happen during that time frame. Things within their own lives, their family, their assets, and of course the laws change as well. Cost of maintenance should be something that you consider when you do your estate plan, whether it is a formal maintenance program or some sort of an a la carte process where you're meeting with your advisor, your attorney, every few years to update the plan. The third cost of estate planning is the cost of administration. We've all heard that probate is something that you have to avoid, that it's very costly and a terrible process to go through. And in general, I would agree with that. However, there's still administration that needs to be done, whether you're using a will-based plan or a trust-based plan. There is administration and costs that go along with that. There's compensation for your personal representative or trustee, compensation for the attorney, and as well as costs of time that it takes to get through that administrative process. Making sure that you understand all aspects of cost, not just the upfront today cost of doing estate planning, is very important. The last thing that I want to talk about today is the cost of failing to plan. The cost of failing to plan can be much higher in the long run than the cost of estate planning and maintaining that plan over your lifetime. The costs of failing to plan not only include that morbid scavenger hunt cost that we've been talking about before, but also the cost of family relationships. When you don't plan, people assume certain things are going to happen, and when they don't, families can disintegrate. The cost of the loss of those family relationships far outweighs the cost of getting the planning done right from the beginning. When you work with a professional, make sure that you're working with someone who is truly an expert in the field, that they take the time to educate and counsel you on your particular situation and the options available to you, and that they help implement the plan that you are putting in place, whether it be a will-based plan or a trust-based plan. A professional is going to stay with you every step of the way. Not all documents are created equal. In our firm, it's not about the documents, it's about the results. I'm attorney Crystal Patton with Empowered Legacy Planning. If you found this information useful today, we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment below, and share with others. If you have questions about the process of estate planning or the costs of planning or administration, please give us a call.